I remember taking the best family trip to San Francisco. I was 11 when I felt so loved and connected. Strolling down the wharf with my father, his arm resting over my shoulder, as if he were sharing with the world just how proud he was to be my dad. We were happy, free, and present, and I felt safe and worthy. Nothing to do or prove, just to receive. Okay, let me be honest. That's what I wished I remembered from looking at that photo. What I did feel was the fear and dread in my body, stiffening like Pavlov's dog. Every night the garage door would open, letting me know my father had come home from work. What I did experience, rushing frantically to his side and grabbing his briefcase, and with forced cheer, "How was your day, Dad?" Only to be met with the same disapproving and stern expression I came to know so well. And every night he would slam the door on the bedroom, and I would hear them fight. And I would cry myself to sleep, wondering, why me? What did I do wrong to deserve this? And what did happen was that night that I woke up with a knife over his throat, threatening to complete suicide. In those little moments and not so little moments, I learned I wasn't safe. Not to want or hope for more than what I had, not to feel, and surely not to speak. So I learned what my father expected me to be: perfect, obedient, achieving. So that eventually led me to become a successful doctor, chasing the American dream. If I could do more and have more wealth, success, status, then maybe I could feel more of that kind of love and approval you see in that photo, but that I actually never got. The kind of love and approval that I had no idea how to give myself. But soon I came to realize that no matter what level of success I achieved, nothing could quiet that nagging criticism and the emptiness that followed me wherever I went. So I stayed busy, and while living my life for my father, I became blinded to the ways that I was becoming my most feared version of him. And holding in that silent struggle nearly killed me. Until life forced me off that hamster wheel, taking away my job, my relationship, and all sense of security. And without the illusion of that powerful, confident, successful woman that I thought I had become, I was forced to face the truth of who I left behind in order to achieve her. And I had no choice but to find a way back to myself. To that sensitive, scared girl inside, finally let out to be seen, heard, and healed from all the truths and beliefs that held us hostage for so long. The beliefs. 3, I will share with you, that women, we have held for far too long. Our results define our worth. Success means reaching a destination. Success means figuring it out all on our own. When our results define our worth, everything is personal. When it's not happening out there, women, we question immediately what's happening in here. Am I enough? Did I do enough? Am I a good person? Did I deserve this enough? And we abandon our needs and our feelings and hide the unlovable parts of us for the parts of us that we've learned were more lovable. But if we strive to achieve from lack, what we will always feel is lack. But we can end this cycle, and we can take our power back by shifting our focus away from getting a result to actually investing in how we feel about that result. We can change our perception of it, because our results are not a reflection of who we are, but where we are in our journey. The journey is less about achieving and more about remembering that we came into this world already worthy. Like a baby, we are not defined by what we have or do, but by the unconditional love that lives inside of us. That if we choose to give it to ourselves, has the power to heal and complete us far beyond any result or achievement. Number 2, when success is reaching our destination, we become human doings and we forget that we are human beings. We disconnect from our pain, our sensitivity, our empathy, just to keep things moving. One often not talked about but literally uncomfortable fact is that women are far more constipated than men. Our body expresses what our mind suppresses. And if our emotions aren't moving, we physically won't perceive that we are either. But we don't have to stay stuck. We can turn towards our bodies at any moment and feel the energy of our emotions that are here, waiting for us. By breathing, softening, expanding with the intelligence, we can know that we are safe to be right here, safe to let go and be guided to our next steps and destination. We can feel our emotions not as the enemy, but as merely sensations that are seeking to move through us and out of us, because our emotions aren't what keep us stuck. It's our judgment and resistance to them that does. And if we feel the bandwidth of emotions, we can heal not only the lowest of lows, but we can also experience the highest of highs. And we can meet that more wise, powerful, resilient version of ourselves on the other side. One that we can celebrate now before waiting to reach some destination. Number 3, success means figuring it out on our own. Men are wired to fix, solve, and provide. Have you seen a man physically change when he's done that? The glimmer in his eye, how he stands a bit taller, and how his chest puffs out a bit wider? Because in primitive times, men were the hunters, and women, we gathered and thrived in community. So our success and our genuine confidence to achieve it is our sense of worth and belonging, connecting with other women. We even have half the numbers of happiness hormone receptors, serotonin receptors. So we actually do need each other in order to stay happy and motivated on this journey. But when we believe this lie that we have to figure it out alone, we deprive ourselves of the valuable resource and the missing piece of our puzzle that is the sisterhood and connecting with each other. But we can learn to share our stories and be valued, seen, and supported. So when these 3 beliefs go unchecked, we will never truly have agency over our own lives. But I know, because I did, that we can break free and walk our own path and make our lives more about our true selves than about our expectations, results, and fears. It starts by checking in with yourself every morning. Find a safe, undisturbed space, 20 minutes each time, to connect with what's here in your body, in your heart. See that little girl inside and ask it how it feels, what it needs. Hear the deeper wisdom. And when you meet all of who you are in this moment, she will guide you on to the next. And when we turn towards that source of unconditional love that we so needed, but are now being called to become for ourselves, we will experience and realize that we are the medicine, the catalyst, and the inspiration for not only ourselves, but for others and the world around us.